Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stats 1200. My name is Esteban Escobar, and I'll be your instructor for this semester. I'm really excited to teach you stats. Stats is really important. It's actually like everywhere. Everybody kind of uses stats, even if they don't know about it. So in this video, I'm going to go over the syllabus. I'm also going to go over the organization of the class and some of my expectations for the class. So I guess this video is a sort of an introduction. So to begin, I kind of just want to get to know me a little bit better. So again, my name is Esteban Escobar. So some of my hobbies includes traveling. I kind of travel a lot. I mean, not anymore since the whole pandemic, but before that, whenever I get the chance, I travel a lot of like outside the country and a lot of states too. I love going hiking, and my favorite things to do is go to the beach and go surfing. This is my third semester teaching Stats 1200, and yeah, I guess that's all much I could say. If you have any other question, I guess you could come to my office hours and introduce yourself to me if you want. Totally optional. But yeah, okay, so now I'm just gonna go over the syllabus right now. So this is the syllabus, and you can find this document on Blackboard. I'm going to have it under course information if you want to take a look at it. It's probably a good idea to follow along while having a document somewhere. So to start off, I have some basic information. So if you want to reach me, I have my email right here. And just to remind you guys, this class is going to be fully asynchronous. And what does this mean? What does fully asynchronous mean? Well, that just means that this course doesn't have a specific time or date to guys to meet via Zoom. It's kind of under your guys' pace. So what it is that I post lecture videos on YouTube and I post them on Blackboard for you guys to follow, and I also assign homework, online homework and quizzes and exams for you guys to do. So that's kind of what a fully asynchronous class looks like. And again, this is kind of like your responsibility to keep up with the concept, to make sure that you're not falling behind. And I also make a lot of announcements, and I'll email you guys just to remind you about important dates, important exam dates. I also email you guys every Sunday night just to tell you like, oh, this week we're gonna go over these concepts. Don't forget about homework is due this day. So make sure to always keep up with your emails and Blackboard. Okay, so office hours. So right now my office hour is every Monday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. And I'm gonna be holding office hours via Zoom. So I posted the Zoom link on Blackboard, and I'm going to show you where exactly you could find it. But yeah, it's all going to be online via Zoom. So if you have any questions, you just come to my office hours. So I have some prereq. You can just take a look at that. Grading policy. Okay, so we're going to have online homework, and homework is going to be worth 15%. Quiz is going to be worth 15%. Midterm 1 is going to be worth 20%. Midterm 2 is going to be worth 20%. And our final exam is going to be worth 30%. And I also put some important dates for you guys to remember. It's probably important to put this date somewhere in your calendar. So we're going to have our first exam on Friday, March 5th. And our second exam is going to be on Friday, April 16th. And we're going to have our final exam on Tuesday, May 18th. And we're going to use something called Gradescope to submit our exam and quizzes. And Gradescope is free, so that's pretty great. You should have an email from Gradescope telling you like, oh, you've been added to S1's course, and it'll send you like a link where you could, if you don't have an account already, it'll send you a link about like, oh, you can make an account. Or if you do have an account already, it'll just add that class to your account. Yeah, so just make sure to look out for that email from Gradescope. Disclaimer. So this is just a disclaimer. Some of the course topics that we're going to learn throughout the semester. Textbook. Oh, okay. So this is important. So for this class, for this course, we're going to use our textbook. It's called Essential Statistics 2nd edition. And I also put the ISBN number right here. And so this is important. So you don't have to buy the physical book if you don't want to. If you like to have like something physical, like a textbook, you could if you want to, if that helps you. But we're gonna use something called Connect Math to use for our online homework, and we have to purchase an access code. Once you purchase that access code, you have access to the online homework plus other resources. And these other resources is a PDF of the textbook. So, okay, let me just say that again. You don't have to buy the physical textbook if you don't want to. If you do, you can. But once you buy the access code for Connect Math, which you have to because we're going to be assigned online homework, it comes with a PDF of the textbook. So you already have the PDF of the textbook. Just to make that a little bit clear. I also encourage you guys to hold a scientific calculator. We're actually going to use a lot of the scientific calculator throughout the semester. And we're not going to be using a graphing calculator, mostly because graphing calculators are really expensive. And I remember when I was a college student and I never wanted to buy a graphing calculator because I might not even use it if I go, higher if my educational career. And I was right. So you don't have to, don't buy a graphing calculator. They're pretty expensive. A scientific calculator is pretty doable, and they're like $10, I think. Okay, homework. So homework, we're going to be using Connect Math, and like what I mentioned. And in order to have access to our course to Connect Math, you need to have a course code. And I kind of blanked it out here. It's because every class has a different course code. So when you open the document for this syllabus, it should have the course code here. And you could use that course code to find a course on Connect Math and buy the access code. Unfortunately, you do have to purchase an access code to have access to the online homework and PDF of the textbook. You are expected to be assigned weekly online homework where you must have to turn it in a week after it's assigned. And I'll go over the schedule in a bit. No late homework will be accepted. And I also encourage you guys to work on assignments with your classmate. It's always a good idea to kind of work together as a team, with your classmate to kind of understand like the concept a little bit better. I know for me, like that's how I understand concepts a little bit better. If I work with like my study group, it's always a good idea. And I'll show you. I'll show you how you can do that using Discord. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, quizzes. So we're actually gonna have weekly quizzes, and these quizzes are timed. You'll have 45 minutes to complete and work and submit your quiz on Gradescope. No credit will be given if there's no work shown, so make sure you show all your work, and no late quizzes will be accepted. I actually made a video of how you could work on your quiz and submit it to Gradescope on Blackboard. I'll show you where that is in a little bit. But the idea here is that you're able to take these quizzes in like any time throughout the day, in like a 24-hour period. But once you start, once you start, you have 45 minutes to, print it or complete it, scan it, and upload that to Gradescope. And again, I made a little short video of how you could do that, and I'll show you where that is. So these quizzes are usually open book, open notes, and you can use a scientific calculator. But you're not allowed to receive help from any other person. So these quizzes are individual work. Communication. Oh no, sorry, I skipped one. Makeup policy. So makeup policy. If you miss an exam or quiz or homework due to some, you know, extraordinary circumstances, like a family emergency or some sort of illness, just let me know by email with the document, and we could probably work something out. Communication. So we're going to be using Blackboard a lot. This is where I'm going to post our lecture videos, our notes, the syllabus, the class schedule. So Blackboard is where I'll be posting a lot of our assignments, and we're gonna use Connect Math to post your grade. So I'll be posting your grade to Connect Math. I'm not gonna post your grade to Blackboard. Blackboard is a little bit tricky like that. Connect Math is a lot easier. I set up a Discord chat for you guys to communicate. So it's totally optional. You don't have to join this Discord chat. It's just an option where you guys could talk to one another, maybe help each other with the homework, or maybe form like some sort of study group. And the link to this Discord chat is on Blackboard. And again, it's totally optional. I'll also be in the Discord chat, but I won't be monitoring it. So you guys could talk freely. But again, this goes without saying, just be respectful and no harsh words or anything offensive. But that goes without saying. Okay, so student support. There's actually a lot of support on campus, even throughout this pandemic, especially with tutoring. So if let's say you still having trouble with understanding the concept or maybe even doing the homework, you could go to the Learning Research Center or the LRC. You could go to their website and actually book an appointment with a tutor, and they could kind of help you out. They have a lot of amazing tutors there, so they could definitely help you out understanding the concept. I also put their number and their email. Don't go to the buildings because campus is closed. But yeah, it's a really good resource. I definitely recommend it. There's also other resources available, and I put their links there too, so you could just click on it and it'll direct you to the website. Okay, last thing, but probably the most important things, and I gotta take this very seriously: academic honesty and student conduct. I'm gonna make it very, very simple. Just do not cheat. Just don't do it. Students who do and are caught will be punished to the full extent allowed under university policy, including the possibility of receiving an F for the course. I have done it before in the past. I don't like doing it, but it is something that does happen. Any instance of academic dishonesty is required to be reported to the Office of Student Conduct, and this kind of includes posting exam quizzes online, such as Chegg, MassStack Exchange, or Reddit, or any of those websites for people to review, comment, or worse, solve for you. I do reserve the right to require a one-on-one meeting, asking any additional questions prior to assigning a grade for any test or quiz. Look, guys, I expect the work that you're submitting is your own work, and I take this very, very seriously. You could also check out the academic statement with this link here if you want to read more about it. So yeah, just do not cheat. Next, I want to talk about our course schedule and how it's going to look. So the way I organize my class is I do it by weeks. So we have week 1 is between January 25th to January 29th. Week 2 is February 1st to February 5th. Week 3, week 4, week 5, etc. And each week we're going to go over a certain topic or certain concept. So for example, in week 1, In week 1, we're going to go over 2 sections. Section 1.1, which is called sampling, and section 1.2, which is just called types of data. So they're the title of these sections. Once you go over these concepts, we have homework. So homework 1 is due February 5th. And homework 1, it's going to go over section 1.1 and 1.2. And notice that I give you enough time to do the homework and finish the homework. I always give you about like a week to do it, mostly because these homeworks, you can't really do them in a day. You have to spread them out. That way you don't get overwhelmed. I don't encourage you guys to procrastinate and try to finish it in a day. It's kind of impossible. Try to spread them out throughout the week. Okay, so let's say we're on week 2. So week 2, we're going to go over section 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. And these are the titles of each sections. And we could start on homework 2, which is due February 12th. And homework 2 is going to go over these sections. And then in that same week of week 2, we're going to have our first quiz, quiz 1. And quiz 1 is going to go over these sections or the concept that we worked last week. I even put in what section to go over, so 1.1 and 1.2. And this is because I want to give you enough time to go over the homework, go over the concept, even come to my office hours if you still have some trouble. So quiz 1 is going to be on February 5th. And week 3, it's kind of the same idea. We have the sections of what we're going to go over, the homework, and again the quiz, and what sections to go over for those quiz. So it's kind of the same idea. And I'll show you on Blackboard like how it's organized. So the next step is I'm going to show you how to navigate Blackboard. So this is how your Blackboard should look like, more or less. So you have the welcome start here. So you click on this, and this is, I guess, the home page. I have a little message for you guys, a little hello, welcome to Stat 1200, the introduction video that I'll be posting this video, and some next steps. So we want to read the syllabus and the course schedule located under course information. And if you want, you could even go to the discussion board and kind of introduce yourself to me and your classmates. And again, this is optional. You could join the Discord server if you want to form some sort of study group. And you can also check announcements here too, but I'm getting a little bit ahead myself. So let's just see our course information. Let's go here. So here on course information, we'll have our syllabus. So you could just click on this, and again, you have the syllabus right here. And we have our course schedule. So this is our course schedule that I talked about earlier. I also made a little calendar here just to make it a little bit organized. I just put the important due dates, like quiz 1 is due on Friday, February 5th, and homework 1 is also due this day, etc. I wasn't sure how to put the concept because, again, it's kind of on your own pace. So I just put in the homework due dates and the quiz due dates and the exams, of course. So this is exam 1, this is exam 2, and our final exam will be on Tuesday, May 18th. So final exam. So just to make things a little bit organized. Okay, so this is our course information. So let's go over course content. So this is where you're actually going to go and look at the lecture videos and the notes and what to do. So for example, notice that I only have week 1 to week 6. It's because at week 6 we should have our first exam, and our first exam is going to cover all these concepts. So just to make it a little bit easier, so you don't have to have too many things going on, I just made week 1 to week 6 available. Okay, so let's look back at our schedule. So remember, in our schedule, week 1, we have to go over these topics. Well, if you click on week 1, we have the learning objectives, what you should be able to do once you finish this week. We have some direction. So first step is read section 1.1 and 1.2. The way I am able to understand a concept or a topic is I always like to read before actually going through the lecture videos. It kind of works really well. So if you have time, I highly encourage you guys to read the section that we're going to go over and then watch the lecture video. It helps a lot. It definitely helps me. The second step is to view the lecture materials and follow the notes. So for example, this will be the lecture videos that I made. And I also give you guys the skeleton notes. So it kind of looks like this. Like this. So notice that they're not filled out. So I'm actually gonna go along with this notes in the video. So if you want, you can print this out or maybe just write them in your own notes and just follow along with the video. I also give you the filled notes. So what does that mean? So it means that what the stuff that I write down in the video, I also give you that as well, in case you need it. Right. But again, I encourage you guys to not really open up this first. Maybe just open this up and follow along with the video. It's probably the best. But again, it's totally up to you. It's whatever works best for you and the way you learn. That's just an option. Okay, and kind of the same thing with this. So this is section 1.2 lecture videos. And I have the same thing. I have the skeleton notes where it's not filled in. And I also have the filled in notes where I write down what I wrote in the lecture videos. Okay. Awesome. I also, the step 3 is you could work on homework 1. So once you finish watching this lecture videos and go over the notes, you could actually start on the homework. So homework 1 will be due February 5th. And I also gave you the link of where to find homework 1. It's just going to direct you to Connect Math. So that's where you could log in and start on homework 1. And if you look back at our schedule, that's what it said. Okay, how about week 2? Oops, sorry. How about week 2? If we click on week 2, we have the same thing. We have our learning objective and we have our direction. So week 2, we want to read section 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. You can skim it if you want. And again, that's how I would do it. I would definitely read the sections before actually watching the lecture video, just to maybe understanding a little bit better. That works well for me. Once you do that, you can actually follow along. And again, I have the notes and the filled in notes to follow along. We're also going to have our first quiz 1 on Gradescope. And if you go down here, I put the link here, quiz 1, and that's just going to take you to Gradescope. You can also just go to Gradescope on your own, whatever works best. And it kind of tells you like, oh, quiz 1 is going to go over section 1.1 and 1.2. And it tells you like you got 45 minutes to work and submit your grades. Work and submit your quiz on Gradescope. It also tells you like you could start on homework 2, which is due February 12th. And again, I give you the link for that as well. Okay, and you're probably going to ask yourself, how do I do this quiz? Like, how is that going to work? That's a great question. And I actually made a video of how to submit your quiz on Gradescope. If you go to FAQ, so FAQ just means frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions. So I actually made a video here of how to submit my quiz to Gradescope. And I kind of give you some different options that you could do to submit your quiz on Gradescope. And I would definitely highly recommend watching this video before actually attempting quiz 1, just to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. I also post a lot of other ones like how do I register for my Connect Math course, and there's a video here that gives you step-by-step directions of how you could set up your Connect Math course. And if you have a hard time navigating Connect Math, there's also a video here like how do I navigate Connect Math. Maybe you're not sure where to find your grades or how to start your assignment, this video could definitely help you. And how to scan a document. Yeah, definitely watch some of these videos or all of them if it helps. Okay, announcements. So like I said, I'm gonna do weekly announcements just to remind you guys about important dates, about what concept we're gonna go over throughout the week. So make sure to check your emails and check Blackboard daily. I also had this issue with some students where they weren't able to receive the announcements for some reason. So I think what happened is if you go on Blackboard, so let's go back to Blackboard right here. And if you click on my course and you click on this little settings button, I guess, make sure your announcement checks are on to make sure that you are receiving the announcements. So I think that was the problem. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, cool. What else? Oh, Zoom office hours. So if you want to come to my office hours, you could find a link to the Zoom meeting in this section right here. And it tells you what time my office hours are. It also tells you if you have any trouble, you could email me with the Zoom link. So there'll be the Zoom link here, and the meeting ID is right here too. And again, if you want, this is totally optional. I made a Discord for our class. So if you want to talk to one another or you want to make like a study group, you could click on this Discord server link and it'll take you to Discord, and you're able to talk to one another. And again, I'll also be in the Discord chat too, but you could talk freely. It's fine. And again, you have to be respectful and no inappropriate stuff. And that goes without saying. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I'm pretty sure that's everything that I want. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Discussion board. So if you want to, you could post something in the discussion board, kind of introducing yourself, telling me about how long you've been to Cal Poly, what your hobbies, stuff like that, if you want to do that. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, you could definitely email me or come to my office hours. But yeah, welcome to Stats 1200. I really hope you have a really fun semester.